Welcome to the RTA Mobility Management video series, How to Decide Which Transit Options Are Right for You. This video will help customers understand the accessible transit options in the RTA region and how to make informed transportation decisions.
Customer uses scooter to board a CTA L train with gap filler.
All CTA and PACE buses, CTA L trains, and Metra trains are accessible to older adults and people with disabilities throughout the RTA region. However, if there is limited public transportation in the area, or you have a health condition or disability that prevents you from using public buses and trains, you may have additional transportation options.
Customer uses Lyft to board an on-demand vehicle.
If you live in Cook, DuPage, Kane, Lake, McHenry, or Will County, you may have access to on-demand, DialARide, ADA paratransit service, and the Taxi Access Program, TAP. Our first chapter is about PACE on-demand service.
On-demand vehicle drives down the street.
PACE on-demand service is a curb-to-curb shared ride service.
Customer calls to reserve an on-demand trip.
It is open to the general public and is accessible for older adults and people with disabilities. Trip reservations are accepted on a first-come, first-served basis.
You can reserve your trip at least 1 hour or up to 1 day in advance by calling the designated phone number or booking online. The fare for on-demand service is the same as PACE's fixed-route public bus. You can pay for your on-demand trips with exact cash, reduced fare permit, or a Ventra fare card.
Passenger pays fare using a reduced fare card.
Discounted fare transfers between on-demand vehicles and fixed-route PACE buses are only available when you use a Ventra fare card. On-demand service may be a great option for you when you are traveling within a specific on-demand service area. You need recurring subscription trips to the same place at the same time, as long as the desired time slot is available. You need to get to fixed-route buses and trains that are not within walking distance. You are eligible for ADA paratransit service, but you are located outside of the ADA paratransit service area. You may use on-demand service to get within an ADA paratransit service area. Contact PACE at 847-364-7223 or visit www.pacebus.com/on-demand for more information about on-demand services.
Our second chapter is about DialARide service.
DialARide vehicle approaches customer using a white cane.
DialARide service is different from on-demand service because some DialARide services are not open to the general public and are only offered to older adults and people with disabilities.
You must reserve DialARide trips up to 1 to 2 days in advance.
Customer using white cane boards a DialARide vehicle.
Each township or village determines the fares for their local DialARide service. DialARide only accepts exact cash fare payments. You can purchase transfer vouchers from the PACE-operated DialARide driver to transfer to a PACE fixed-route public bus.
Customer pays fare and receives a transfer voucher.
Rules for eligibility, fares, the service area, operational hours, and reservations are determined by the township or village sponsoring each DialARide service. DialARide service may be a great option for you when you need an accessible, reservation-based, curb-to-curb shared ride service. You need to travel within the boundaries of the designated DialARide service area. You need to connect to fixed-route public transportation or to get to an ADA paratransit service area.
Customer with white cane exits vehicle at transit center.
Contact your township or village for more information about DialARide programs in your area. Our third chapter is about ADA paratransit service.
ADA paratransit vehicle drives down a street.
ADA Paratransit Service is a shared ride, origin to destination service for individuals whose disability or health condition prevents them from using fixed route public transportation for some or all of their trips. ADA Paratransit is provided within 3/4 of a mile of PACE or CTA fixed route bus service or CTA-L stations. ADA Paratransit service runs during the same hours and days as the CTA and PACE fixed route public transportation in the area. To use ADA Paratransit service, you must first be certified by the RTA. To apply, call the RTA Mobility Services Helpline at 312-663-4357 to complete a phone screening and request an application.
Customer calls to schedule in-person interview and assessment.
Once you have filled out the application, call the helpline to schedule an in-person interview and assessment at one of the RTA Mobility Assessment Centers.
Customer completes physical assessment.
After the in-person interview and assessment, you'll be notified of your eligibility decision in writing. If eligible, you will receive information about how to use the ADA Paratransit service, and you may schedule trips according to your eligibility.
Customers wait for their ADA Paratransit vehicle to arrive.
ADA Paratransit trips must be reserved 1 day in advance. You must schedule your return trip when requesting your initial trip. When you schedule your trip, you have the option to pay your fare using your Metra card if it has been registered and funds are available. Or you may pay using a PACE voucher or exact fare on the vehicle. It is important to be ready to board the vehicle at the time of your scheduled pickup.
Customer using a manual wheelchair boards vehicle lift.
If you take trips to and from the same location at the same time, at least 2 days per week, you may be eligible for ADA Paratransit subscription service. Subscription customers do not need to call in advance for repeat trips that have been pre-approved. ADA Paratransit service may be a great option for you when you have a disability or health condition that prevents you from being able to use CTA and PACE fixed route public transportation for some or all of your trips. You are found eligible for ADA Paratransit service and need to travel within 3/4 of a mile of a CTA or PACE bus route or CTA-L station. Our fourth chapter is about the Taxi Access Program, TAP.
ADA accessible taxi drives down a street.
The Taxi Access Program provides ADA Paratransit eligible customers the option to use taxis at reduced rates for same-day trips that begin within the city of Chicago. Information about the Taxi Access Program is sent to customers who are eligible for ADA Paratransit service. Once you are notified that you are eligible for ADA Paratransit service, a separate application form must be completed and sent to PACE in order to obtain a TAP card. If you are certified for ADA Paratransit service, you may contact PACE by phone or visit www.pacebus.com to request a TAP card or to obtain information on how to add rides to your TAP card.
Customer using a wheelchair hails accessible taxi.
The Taxi Access Program may be a great option for you when you are an ADA Paratransit eligible customer and your trip begins in the city of Chicago. You have last-minute appointments, you need to take shorter trips, or you need a more flexible pickup schedule. You prefer to hail a taxi on the street instead of making an advance reservation. You prefer a same-day direct trip to your destination. You would like to take a taxi at a significantly reduced fare rate.
Customer using wheelchair swipes TAP card to pay taxi fare.
Contact PACE for more information about the Taxi Access Program, TAP. Our final chapter is about fixed route public transportation and commuter rail.
Images of CTA and PACE buses, CTA-L train and Metra train.
ADA accessible CTA and PACE buses, CTA-L trains, and Metra commuter rail trains are available to older adults and people with disabilities throughout the RTA region. ADA accessible Metra, PACE, and CTA fixed route buses and trains may be a great option for you when you do not want to schedule your trips in advance and want to be more spontaneous and have more flexibility with your trip. You need to plan your trip to either start or end at a certain time. You would like to spend less money on transportation, especially if you are eligible for RTA's fare programs.
Customer using scooter pays to board a CTA-L train with an RTA reduced fare card.
Thanks for watching the RTA Mobility Management video series. For more information on using transit in the RTA region, please check out the other videos in this series online by visiting RTA's YouTube page at www.youtube.com/RTA Chicagoland or visit www.rtachicago.org.
For additional information, contact CTA at www.transitchicago.com or 888-968-7282. Metra at www.metra.com or 312-322-6777. PACE at www.pacebus.com or 847-364-7223. ADA Paratransit Certification at www.rtachicago.org or 312-663-4357. PACE Paratransit and Taxi Access Program, TAP, at www.pacebus.com or 800-606-1282. Ventra at www.ventrachicago.com or 877-669-8368.